Stop. Just stop. You're allowed to stop, to pause, to just be. It's simple, isn't it? The idea of just stopping. The idea that you can simply exist in a moment with no demands, no requirements, no expectations. But what does it mean to truly stop? As you ponder that question, does your mind go to the physical space or the mental space first? To stop physically is to be still. To be motionless, yes, but also to be motionless without effort, without tension. It's a different kind of stillness than when you were a child, playing red light, green light, tension building up, waiting for release. To stop is to be still and also released. To have the choice to move, but to choose not to, because you know it's better to just be here. Releasing anticipation and replacing it with acceptance. Releasing tension and replacing it with relaxation. To be stopped need not mean being loose, limp, or floppy, though it can if it needs to be. To be stopped can mean being upright, standing, even in the midst of other motion when the time comes to just stop. Stopping is an absence of motion and also an absence of desire for motion. When it comes to trance, to hypnosis, there can be an interplay. The idea of resistance against an inevitable force. And while stopping certainly is inevitable, it need not be resisted. You don't need to resist because you've stopped. There's nowhere to go. There's no next thing. Your mind and your body are at peace where they are. To resist stopping is to expend energy, to give effort. And that's not why you're here, is it? You choose to listen. You choose to stop. Resistance is motion. It's tiny muscles creating potential energy, straining against something that's not there. And stopping is freedom from resistance. So just stop. Now. Just be. And even as you physically stop, as the muscles simply hold in place, just as they need to, stopping is also mental, isn't it? To stop is to let go. When you stop, when you hold, when you allow yourself to exist in space, you remove variables. Without motion, the space around you becomes less and less important compared to the space within you. And as you find yourself unwilling, unwanting, uncaring about motion, the mind's need for awareness lessens. You're here now. You're safe now. Stop. The awareness begins to shrink, to draw inward. When you stop, you know you won't be moving from this spot. The other spots around you seem less interesting. They seem to dim from your view, replaced by the world of your own mind. And in that mind, you realize that as the body chooses to stop, the mind chooses to stop too. As the body settles, the mind settles. So much of how we move or don't move happens unconsciously. Those parts of your mind working all the time to ensure that a foot lands just the way it ought to keep you safe, or that a grip closes just enough to turn the handle. Naturally, as those parts of your mind are no longer needed in the moment, they are drawn to rest in the same way the rest of you is drawn to rest and quiet as you do just stop. That's right. With every thought that enters your mind now, you recognize how little you need to think any thoughts at all. To stop is to find quiet, to simply listen, to be present. As a thought enters your mind, it simply departs. When there's no need to move, there's no need to think. And when there's no need to think, the mind simply says, stop. Good. And as the thoughts slow to a stop and the body slows to a stop, you find yourself here. Just here, not there or the other place. Not where you were or where you will be. Not what happened yesterday or a moment ago or a sentence ago that feels a mile away. Instead, you're here, now. You chose to stop, to listen, to allow, to be. The more we think about stopping, to stop, the more we experience what it means to stop in this moment, the more powerful that word stop can become. When it's at rest, the mind can be so skilled at finding those connections, can't it? Perhaps you find that word, stop, begins to act as a shortcut for this feeling, this experience, that when you choose to be in this stopped, still place, when it's safe and appropriate to do so, you can simply say that word to yourself and find it easy to simply ease into this place. You may find that as you re-listen to this file, that association only becomes stronger for you. The mind is learning, the body is responding, and it's all so much easier when you just stop. Very good. And you may find that if you choose, and only if you choose, a trusted friend or partner whom you trust can also use this word to bring about this stopped place. Your body and your mind know when it's safe to stop, when it's appropriate to stop, to be, to hold, to wait on nothing, to anticipate nothing, to experience whatever is in that moment. And when that friend or partner tells you to stop, you will. It can happen so easily, so instantly. Because when your body and mind are given the chance to be at rest, they'll be at rest. When they are given the chance to pause, to stop, they will. This feels good because it feels good. When you stop, there's nothing to say, there's nothing to lose. And of course, when it's time to let go of that stop, that's easy too. Whether it's my voice, your own knowledge that it's time to stop, or that trusted friend or partner, you'll find that when it's time to resume, you'll resume easily. In a few moments, I'll bring you back to full awareness, to that point of resuming and re-entering the world around you. And when that happens, you'll feel good knowing how easily you can stop again when you want to, and how much more profound that act of stopping will become. For now, easing your way back up in mind and body. 1, coming up and finding things returning. 2, taking your time to notice the room, your body. 3, reorienting your thoughts now. 4, and coming all the way back now at 5.